You are listening to Season 2 of The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, the short and often daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Sometimes. Hello, today is Saturday the 10th of May 2025 and you are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, and I'm speaking to you from Phoenix, Arizona. Now, I have been here before, but it's normally with work, so I'm normally doing a stopover related to work. I think the last one was in January, but I'm here today because I can't really name names, but a friend of mine, who I did visit last time I was here in January, is at university at the Arizona State University, ASU, and she graduated. She has gained a master's degree, and she's got, there's two kind of graduation ceremonies. There was one today which was specifically aimed at international students, and then there's a more general faculty one on Monday, and I went to today's, and it was absolutely glorious weather. It was held in this beautiful theatre, so it is also used for, proper stage shows. So they've done things like Wicked and the Book of Mormon and stuff. So it's a proper theatre. But it was the venue today for this graduation ceremony. Now, getting up to this point hasn't been quite so challenge-free. So first thing was on Friday. God, was it only yesterday? It feels like a lot longer ago than that. I flew here, and I was very lucky. I got a business class ticket, which was lovely and really well looked after by the cabin crew, and it was just a really, really nice experience getting here. Now, also for my job, I have to have, because technically I'm working when I arrive in America, and then I'm also working when I leave, we have to have a working visa to come into the country as cabin crew. But what's rather pleasant is they give us, as part of that package, a tourist visa as well. So, I was in business class, got really well looked after by lovely cabin crew on the flight out to Phoenix. And because I was in business class, I was near the front of the aircraft, one of the first people off. And because I had a tourist visa included with my work visa, I sailed through customs and immigration. It was so easy and pleasant. It was lovely, No questions, like, you've got a right to be here, there's your visa, thank you, enjoy your stay. It's like, wow, that was great. Then it all went a bit wrong, because there was a problem with the baggage at the airport. So nothing to do with the airline, it was purely down to the airport. And half of the bags for the flight came off. And then we had to wait an hour for the other bags for the flight to come off. So that wasn't great. And there's a friend of mine who had agreed to pick me up at the airport, and I'd initially messaged her to say, she'd said, message me when you're through immigration. Like 2 minutes later, I was right, I'm through. She was like, slow down. Well, I certainly slowed down, because she had to basically find somewhere to wait for an hour before these bloody bags came off the carousel. And nothing to do with the airline. This is completely to do with the airport. They had a problem with the baggage system. There was a baggage jam, we were told, and I asked one of the operatives exactly what that meant, and he didn't know. So they'd been told what to say, but hadn't been briefed on what might happen if somebody asks for slightly more information, somebody like me. So that was fine. Met up with my friend. Now, she wanted us to go out, because it's a bit of a funny situation. So the people that are going to a graduation ceremony tomorrow, obviously she is, but she'll be within the students. So she's got 4 people who are coming to see her. So there's her boyfriend. She's been seeing him about 2 months. There's me. We've been friends for about 8-9 years. There's her, and this is her words, not mine, her gay best friend from college, who is only on the first year of his course. So, and her dad, who only speaks Mandarin. So there was 4 of us who'd never met each other. And the idea was we were all supposed to meet up last night just to kind of say hello to each other. And in the end, it was only her gay friend and me and her that met up. Her dad wasn't there and her boyfriend wasn't there. Kind of defeated the object a little bit, and I was so tired because obviously I did sleep on the flight, but my body was telling me it was 2 or 3 in the morning at this point. Anyway, I eventually get back to the hotel. and it was even later actually. It was later than that. 2 or 3 in the morning was by the time I got my bag off the carousel. So we had food. So it was nearly 7 in the morning or 6:30 or something in the morning by my body clock. So about 10:30 at night here by the time I got to my hotel. And then it turned out the people I booked the hotel through, I booked the hotel through them, booked it directly from the hotel, and they hadn't done the booking properly. So the hotel wanted me to pay $670. And I'm like, no, I've paid. And it got really complicated. And basically I had to wait till the customer service line opened at 8 a.m. UK time, which was midnight Arizona time, before, and they sorted it out. They told the hotel, okay, yeah, sorry, they basically sorted it out enough for the hotel to give me a key. So I got into my room at midnight, what my body thought was 8 a.m, having landed at about 1:30 a.m. I was absolutely shattered. I hadn't actually thought I was going to get my room, so I was quite stressed. And long or the short of it is I barely slept. So I might have got an hour or 2 in that time. Then of course I had to get up and then get out to this venue for the graduation ceremony, whereby I met the 2 people I hadn't met last night, sort of the new boyfriend and her dad. And it was a really nice graduation ceremony, and got some nice pictures. Well, actually, no, I have a nice camera, and they have a rule on their door that says a camera that's got a lens that's more than 6 inches long cannot go into the venue. Well, the lens on mine is 4 inches long, but they said, oh no, we judge that to be a professional camera, so you're not taking it in. It's like, it's not a professional camera, it's a nice camera, and I'm coming to my friend's graduation ceremony to take some nice pictures with it. But your rules are displayed there. It says it can't protrude more than 6 inches from the camera, and it doesn't. And they said, oh, well, we're not going to let you in. Anyway, he went away and checked with his manager, and in the end they did let me in. But I thought for one moment I wasn't going to get into the graduation ceremony, but I did, and sorted out the tickets. So I'd actually managed to get all the seating tickets for the spectators before the other 3, dad, boyfriend and gay best friend arrived. I feel so weird not using their actual names, but it doesn't feel appropriate to do so on here. Anyway, so that was all good. Enjoyed the graduation ceremony. It's now round about 1:30 Arizona time. We had food after the graduation ceremony, and now I am back at my hotel, which I now actually have definitely paid for, which is good. I'm absolutely exhausted. I haven't slept properly since I arrived, so I'm going to have a little doze now. We are meeting up tomorrow to go to a baseball match. It is my hope to record the podcast at the baseball match, but it doesn't start till around about this time, so I might not be able to. We'll see how it goes. And also I did get, so I'm not planning to do a lot of writing whilst I'm here, but I did manage to get a little bit of work done. I managed to get 3 chapters read through whilst I was on my lovely business class seat on the aeroplane. So I got 3 chapters read through, which was really good, and I'm enjoying reading them. I tidied up. There's the scene where it's quite traumatic, actually. There's a scene where Ernest Carruthers find out exactly what the consequences to Mackenzie personally for his lack of care and his lack of managing a certain situation, and they are horrible. And I don't even want to talk to them about them on here, but horrible consequences for this character, which I'm hoping everyone will really feel for him when they find out, what happened as a result of people that were in place to protect him failing to do so. It's really emotional, and also it's the core moment where 2 characters who are meant to just be friends, or colleagues really, it's that core moment where stuff that I hadn't intended started coming in, where there's a little bit more to their friendship than I'd assumed, and that just builds and builds and builds throughout the book. There we go. Anyway, I've waffled for 9 minutes. Sorry, this is a long one. I do apologise. I need to stick to the 6-minute rule, really, don't I? So that's me done for today. As I say, hopefully tomorrow I will record something from the baseball match. I will. Even if it's just at the start of the match, even if I stand at the back being weird. Anyway, that's me done for today. Talk to you tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For more information about what I'm writing, go to linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W, where you can find details of my website and social media. I may see you there.